That is the era we're living in now. This sort of a level of corruptness that we can't, that's almost hard to express. And so when you see a Betsy DeVos, who is a billionaire and whose brother, Eric Prince, is intricately involved in some of the corruption that involves Saudi Arabia and the UAE and God knows where else. You remember he pitched, and I can't remember who it was he pitched it with, but basically as to be hired as a mercenary force to basically be the provisional authority in Afghanistan.
Bannon.
With Bannon. And it's just a matter until we got to wait until, I guess, Thanksgiving when the DeVos family gets together and Eric Prince is there. And then all of a sudden we're going to have our school safety systems manned by Xi or whatever they're calling their mercenary squad now. But Betsy DeVos was in front of the House Education and Workforce Committee. And what you're about to witness is someone who doesn't know what she's talking about, who has been raised in such a bubble that she's never had to account for what she doesn't know what she's talking about, who knows that the person who is asking her questions knows that she doesn't know what she's talking about and doesn't give a F because she just doesn't care. And so she's just going to repeat some words over and over again and just get through this. But it is indicative of what's going on, and just, contemplate what it would be like to actually work in the Department of Education with Betsy DeVos as the head of it. And you went in there as a career civil servant to ostensibly help the nation's education system. Listen to this.
Madam Secretary, the Prosper Act provides for a $15 billion cut in student aid. Is that right?
Pause it for 1 second. I should say that it's Bobby Scott, a Democrat from Virginia, who is asking her questions about a specific program that has been earmarked for cuts. So just start from the beginning.
Madam Secretary, the Prosper Act provides for a $15 billion cut in student aid. Is that right?
I've heard that opined. I'm not sure I agree with that, but...
Do you have another number?
Pardon me?
Do you have another number?
It's an approach to giving students much more flexibility pursuing their higher education.
$15 billion cut. Do you have another number?
I have heard that opined that is the case. I said I don't necessarily share that perspective.
She would not share her perspective either. Like, presumably, if your response is, well, yeah, some people read that as a $15 billion cut, but I don't agree with that. Okay, what number would you have? A different number. I don't even think she said a different number at that point.
She didn't even say that. She did not even say a different number.
She said it's a method.
It's a method.
This goes back to what I was trying to say before, and you all looked at me like I was crazy. But I don't think it's that she's bad at her job. She's really good at the real job that she's been hired to do, which is destroy public education. She just can't say that out loud. So, she's going to smile through this charade of public accountability and then do exactly what she was hired to do.
Oh, well, there's no doubt. There's no doubt that she's effective in, but I don't think that she even knows in this instance. I don't think she has a number.
There's no controversy.
I don't think it's relevant to the real job that she's doing.
Well, but the real job that she's doing, she wants to drain money out of that system. And
or maybe she does have a number then. She does. She knows she's draining money. She's feigning this air of not knowing anything.
There's no doubt in my mind she knows she's draining money, but I also think that she's operating on such a level of generalities at that department that she is not getting into any of the details.
I would like to opine for a second. You're both right. I am both completely unable to do the job. As an example, I say, let's get rid of rape restrictions on the campuses, and then someone else fills in the details.
I honestly don't even know that she gets that granular as much as
that granular.
Let's just get out of the business.
Right.
Period.
And that's the conservative viewpoint.
Yep.
That's it.
And she's got many years of track record in doing that, in privatizing education.
Absolutely. But for her, I think it was just like she hires some political director and says, here's X number of dollars. I want, me and my husband believe that God has said there shouldn't be public schools. And please design a system to filter more taxpayer dollars to parochial schools.
Yeah, she's delegating.
Exactly.
Betsy the Boss DeVos.
Boom. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, Yasha Levine on Surveillance Valley, the secret military history of the internet.